the charter commission is coming up again. It could also be put on the ballot again for New Yorkers to vote on. And guess what Eric Adams did? He appoints the chair of this charter commission. Forget the guy's name. I'll give it to you in a second. But he appoints the guy. What does the guy do? He's against anything that goes against sanctuary city laws. So again, Eric Adams fails New York City. Again, Eric Adams shows you how in tune he is with sanctuary city. And so he's basically just going to sit there and play stupid. And he's honestly, he's playing the Trump administration like a fiddle. They're a bunch, because even though he's holding the pocket, when he goes back in the jail cell, he's wheeling and dealing with the other gang that he's pretending he's not with. He's like, I'm with Donald Trump now. I'm with you guys now. But he's really not.
I used to go out here with my shorty.
Richard Bury. There you go. Richard Bury. That's the head. That's who Eric Adams put in charge of the city charter commission that could put sanctuary city status on the ballot, which would, none of this would be an issue. But so Eric Adams appoints this guy, and guess what? This guy supports sanctuary city law and against any change to sanctuary city status. So guess what's going to happen? New York City Council's going to sue, and they're going to win. Actually, they're already suing, but they're going to win because there's legal precedent. Because Eric Adams refuses to do what Eric Adams needs to do. He is highly incompetent and he's highly corrupt, but he is very competent when it comes to playing games. He knows how to gaslight people, and this is exactly what he's doing. He's gaslighting you. And for those of you that continue to watch Fox News and Newsmax and all these other stations, you get what you put into it, man. And it's fun. I'm watching this and I'm like, wow, people really believe this. If I had people telling me about Eric Adams, I'm like, I just walk away. I don't have the conversation anymore. I'm like, hey, no, he's doing a great job. He should be the next president of the United States. He's the best. And I literally just walk away. Like, I can't even have the conversation anymore. But so with that being said, I am, in my opinion, he's doing a horrible job. But at the same time, what are your thoughts about him allowing federal agencies and ICE on Rikers?
Well, it's funny, right? Talk about pushback with Biden. There was no pushback in the beginning. What did he say? When he was first in office, in his first, I think it was maybe his first 6 months in his tenure as mayor, he said he's the Biden of Brooklyn. He was all about the policies of Biden. He reflected all the policies of Biden on the federal level to what was going on in New York City. But it also solidifies what we've been saying in this podcast about the executive order. That at any time, Eric Adams could have instilled or implied an executive order in opposition to the sanctuary city, where people tell, he can't do anything. Sure, he can make an executive order. And Franco says 100%, Johnny. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. I think that you're right. I think he's a professional con artist, Eric Adams. KB says it here. Eric is all about Eric. That's all he cares about. His game of politics is to make it work for Eric. He gets his crumbs. He gets his private contracts. He gets his buddies. It's a good all time. But it's not about politics as far as what goes on in the city. It's all about what goes on for Eric. Now, for the people of New York City, do I think it's a good thing that federal agents are actually get their hands and what's tangible to actually get on the grounds of Rikers? Of course, it's great for New York City. But is Eric Adams create an executive order because it's good for New York City? He's doing it because it's good for Eric. But unfortunately, the byproduct is that it's good for the city. So that's the only way moving forward. But of course, Eric Adams does it for Eric. You're right. He's holding Trump's pocket. But in the end, he's the one that's really holding the cards because he's making it work for him. I just can't believe the way we've seen politics play out. The way we see it played out for Eric Adams, the entire justice system, everything under Eric Adams has just been insane. We could go back, what's going on with the NYPD, what's going on with corrections, what's going on with the fire department, what's going on with his administration, what's going on with the justice system. Everything around Eric Adams is just in complete peril.
Yeah, so I mean, again, I'm gonna sit here. I'm not against ICE being on Rikers. There's absolutely no reason. If you have somebody who's violating our federal immigration laws and ICE doesn't want to lose them because the city's not allowed to cooperate with them, then yeah, why wouldn't we allow ICE to, once they're released, take them into custody and remove them from our system? I mean, common sense. Someone said it on here. ICE was on Rikers for years. Yeah, they were there forever until in 2014, de Blasio said they're not going to be there. All of a sudden, Democrats said, oh, yeah, no, open borders is a good thing because they decided that their policies are horrible. No one believes them anymore, and they need new voters. So, and that's basically what it is. At the end of the day, they were just attempting to build, and they still are attempting to build a welfare class. So I don't disagree with him at all, but his approach is inept. His response is inept. The way to beat this is through legislation. And that's why a lot of the stuff that Trump's doing right now, I'm not a fan of, because it's all executive order. It's like all stuff that you're going to lose in the courts. Like, beat this while you have the House. Get these laws put in place. It's a longer term game, but you got to play it. Reverse these laws. Put the laws in place to set legal precedent. So Eric Adams is just playing this gaslighting game, and he's playing the Trump administration like a fiddle. He got it. He got his indictment dropped. He got his charges dropped against him. And so so at the same time, I beat the guy up. I beat him up because to say, like, you're not paying attention. Like, you're not paying attention now, like, what's going on. He's not doing what needs to be done. What needed to be done was this sanctuary city needed to be put on the ballot, and New York City residents would have voted it down. They're sick of it. They're disgusted by it. Again, I'm going to say it one more time. Eric Adams spent 20 times the amount of money of every other sanctuary city combined. That means take all of the money that those other sanctuary cities, add them all up, and then times them by 20. And that's what Eric Adams spent. So don't sit here and tell me about how he's the savior and how he's going to help Trump save this country. We don't know where any of that money went. Billions and billions of dollars gone. We don't know where it went. We know that a lot of people are being investigated for shady contracts, though, and a lot of people that are being investigated for it were friends of Eric Adams. They were on the Crumbs team. They were lifelong buddies. They were members of the fake Supreme team before the Supreme team. So, it's there. So now what happens? Of course, they have to put the Deputy Mayor, Kaz Daughtry, out and the Chief of Department, John Schell, out to do Eric Adams' bidding, to hold Eric Adams' pocket. John's holding Kaz's pocket. Kaz is holding Eric's pocket. Eric's holding Trump's pocket. But he sends these people out to explain it to you. They're going to explain. So Kaz Daughtry is going to explain to us sanctuary city law, how it works, and Eric Adams' plan to allow ICE on Rikers.
You've just watched a clip from our live episode. Click the description to watch the full episode. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this.